This month, women in the Middle East get some equality, Sarah Palin gets a trademark, and hopefully I get a date. Now for the headlines. June began with a harmless-seeming announcement that Twitter was adding photo-sharing infrastructure. Well, we all know how that turned out. In a breakthrough for women's rights in the Middle East, the Taliban has recruited female suicide bombers for the first time ever. Gals, enjoy your virgins. This is exciting. The dream of smell-o-vision is one step closer to becoming a reality, which is amazing, because if there's one thing the living rooms of TV-watching Americans need, it's more smell. US researchers report that married individuals stand a better chance of living through colon cancer. Married researchers, however, wonder, what's the point? The geeks at Wired Science dropped some physical knowledge on us, explaining that hot bodies actually sink faster than normal ones, which is why I always wear floaties to the beach. An Australian alcoholic has been cited after sneakily drinking 6 whole bottles of antibacterial gel while in hospital for addiction treatment. Remember, kids, sanitize responsibly. Tea Party star and Pitbull makeup artist Sarah Palin has received a trademark on her own name. So if you're hoping to cash in big time on the threat of her presidential run, it's too late. She's already made a career out of that. Shoemaker Nike is under fire for a rash of risque new slogans, including Get High, Dope, and Ride Pipe. Peer pressure advocates think the apparel firm should revert to its family-friendly old standard, just do it. A North Carolina man robbed a bank of $1 in the hopes of receiving free medical care while in prison. Apparently he's got urgent proctology needs. Don't worry, workers. The entire Jersey Shore cast won't need to file for unemployment. So you'll have just a little bit less competition if you've got currently pending job applications at tanning salons, chop shops, and Hooters restaurants. It's good news. Finally, some good news from the econ wonks at Foreign Policy Mag. Apparently, the poor stand to inherit the earth, which is probably why the rich are trying so hard to destroy it. They just don't make them like they used to. Consumerist warns that surgical breast enhancement won't last forever. Well, that's okay. I just need about 5 minutes. Oregon State apparently drained an entire reservoir of fresh drinking water after surveillance video captured a young man peeing into it, which is exactly why God flooded the oceans after learning that fish poop. Looks like fun times over, America. The nation's #1 tween pop star has reportedly taken down her viral video over a dispute with record label Arc Music. Bring it back, or we may never remember which days directly precede and follow Friday. HuffPost Biz comes through with a little belated financial advice for fathers on Father's Day. Spoiler alert, if you're already a father, it's too late. The New York Times reports debt collectors are tired of obscenities, threats, and insults asking that they be paid some common courtesy while making their calls. They'd also like to be paid that money you owe them, you scumbag deadbeat. Early polling is showing the Bush baby with a commanding lead in the Republican presidential primary. Balloon Boy's parents announced they will be selling the infamous balloon. Interested parties should note, however, they'll be selling the boy separately. A dating website billed as being exclusively for the most beautiful among us has reportedly dropped thousands of stink faces who don't quite fit the bill. In other news, ladies, I'm back on OkCupid. House Republicans introduced a bill that would repeal the 10% federal tax on tanning services. Democrats are united in opposition, claiming that repealing the tax would only benefit the top 1% of John Boehners. And that was the week that was. Month in Review. Video edition. Web series. Pew, pew, pew.